right, guys. Today we're going to start talking about rational exponents. Okay. This foldable looks like this. It's attached to this video. Is going to go in your notebook on page 88. The tab that you had is a little bit off because I forgot about this lesson. So if you're gluing this in, it's on 88 of your notebook, and it's 14.4 rational exponents. So one more exponent lesson. Okay, so you can fold it, but the first thing we're going to talk about is simplifying radicals. Okay, and in the simplifying radicals portion of your foldable, we're going to label some keywords here. The number outside of a root is called an index. Okay, you're used to it being a square root. If it's square root, there's no number there, so there wouldn't even be a 2 written there. All right, and then this thing around it, which you're used to being called square root, is actually called a radical. And the number inside is called a radicand. Okay, so if there is no number out here, it is a 2. So we've got a 2 here, technically. Okay. When it says simplify each expression, yes, I could type this in my calculator, which would help me out some. So we could learn how to do that. Or we can learn how they actually work without a calculator, which is what we're going to start doing first. 49 is actually 7 times 7, which means since there are 2 7s, and the index is 2, the answer is actually 7. So square root of 49 is 7. Okay. All right, 81. This is talking about 4. So I need 4 things that multiply to give me 81. Okay. So again, we could type it in our calculator. We'll talk about how to do that later. But 81, 4 times, let's think. We could start with 2, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my calculator for this. So let's clear this out. Okay, so let's see. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's not 81. Okay, so let's try 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That is 81. So it's 3 is the answer. Okay. 216, we'll multiply 3 times itself to give us 216. Obviously, it's not 2 or 3 since both of these are smaller. So let's go 4. 4 times 4 times 4. That's 64, so it's not that one. 5 times 5 times 5. Still too small. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. So it's 3 6s. Okay, so the answer is 6. All right, we could do the same thing with the 5th root, meaning what? Multiplied by itself 5 times, we get 32. I would pause the video and try this one on your own. Okay. All right, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. So that one worked out. It is 2. If 2 didn't work, we would have kept trying. Okay. All right, something a little different. So we've done this section. We're going to skip to your piece of notebook paper, which is in your notebook, obviously, page 89, and we're going to try a couple more like that. So this is 14.4 still. Move my calculator here. Rational exponents. This is just writing on your notebook page now. And we're going to do some more examples of what we just tried. And I say we. You are going to try these on your own. You're going to pause the video. I'm going to tell you the answers, but only the answers. So example A, you need to find the square root of 16. Example B, you need to find the cube root of 27. Example C, you need to find the cube root of -8. And example D, you need to find the 4th root of 16. So go ahead, do those on your own, pause the video now, then come back and get the answers that I will have up in just a moment. All right, so you paused it. The answer to letter A is 4. The answer to letter B is 3. C is -2. And D is 2. you tried those on your own, which is why I didn't work those out, okay? All right, let's go back to the foldable. All right, that is just radicals. Let's talk about what radical form means, okay? If you have an exponent, a to the m divided by n, that means we can write this with a root. See how we had n as the index right here? We will put the denominator as the index. We will put the radicand inside, and we will put to the exponent of m, okay? So in example 5, we're going to go ahead and put a root, and we're going to put a d inside. We always put the bottom number outside, the top number inside, and that's the answer that I'm looking for. So number 6, put a root, put e, the bottom number outside, the top number inside. Number 7, m and a root, bottom number outside, top number inside. Okay, we're going back to your notebook page, and you're going to try some more of these on your own. Okay, I'm just going to draw a little line so I know that I'm doing something new. It's no longer like those. I'm going to label this example E, x to the 1/2, F, x to the 2/3, G, x to the 3/4. Again, pause the video, try these on your own, and then you will get the answers from there. Okay, x. Now, this is 2 and a 1. However, you do need to know that normally you wouldn't write the 2 or the 1, so this would normally be your answer. It's not incorrect if you left it above. Okay. X, 3 on the outside, 2 on the inside. Again, x, 4 on the outside, 3 on the inside. Okay, we're going to go the opposite way now. Okay, so just like we had this here, m over n went on the outside, m went on the inside. So we will be having a, and it's m divided by n. So we're just doing the opposite. So it's y, 3 over 5. G, 4 over 3. Remember, if there's no number outside, it is a 2. So R, 7 over 2. Okay, let's go back down. So you can try these on your own. H is the 6th root of x. I, the 5th root of x to the 10, y to the 15, j, the cube root of x to the 3rd, y to the 15th, z to the 9th, and k, x squared to the 1/2 times the cube root of x to the 3rd. Now I'm going to do the last 3 with you. So you try h, pause it, try h, come back for the answer. Then we're going to do I, j, and k together. All right. Remember there's an understood 1 there, so it's 1/6 would be the correct answer. All right, now when we have more than 1, like we do in I, j, and k, we're going to have x to the 10 over 5. We're going to have y to the 15 over 5. But we're going to divide if we can. And on these we can. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So this is x to the 2nd power. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So y to the 3rd. So sometimes you can actually simplify them the rest of the way. Okay. J, pause it and try it. It's just like I. X to the 3 over 3. Y to the 15 over 3. z to the 9 over 3. We likewise can divide all of these out. So that's just x to the first, or just x, y to the fifth, z to the third. Okay. Last one on this set, letter K. X to the first, 2 times 1/2 is 1, times x to the 3 over 3. That becomes x to the first times x to the first, which simplifies one more time to x squared. Okay. All right, the last piece in this foldable is we need to simplify when it is in a fraction, okay? Which means the first thing we're actually going to do is rewrite it. We'll put a 3 on the outside and that 125 on the inside. What that means is we are looking for something just like above. What times itself 3 times gives us 125. So we're going to have 3 little arrows going on here. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my calculator. Let's try, oh, we've already got it right here. 5 times 5 times 5 was 125. So it's 5, 5, 5. So the answer is 5. Okay. All right, we're going to rewrite this one. We put a 4 and 16. So let's see. Let's try 2 is 2. We're always going to start with 2. Times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 16, so that is our answer. And the last one before we move back on to the notes page, we've got 3, the cube root of 27 squared. So this one's a little extra. We have to actually do 27 squared first, and we get 729. So it's the cube root of 729, meaning what number multiplied by itself 3 times is 729. Now, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, 5. We've tried 6 even. Let's see what we've tried so far. See, we tried all the way up to 6 before. So let's start with 7. So 7 times 7 times 7 is 343, so it's not that one. Let's go with 8. 8 times 8 times 8, 512, it's not that. 9 times 9 times 9 is 729. So the answer will be 9. Okay. So now you're going to try some of these on your own. Last 3 we're going to do. I'm going to minimize my calculator here. Okay, and draw a little line so I know I'm doing something new again. Let me see, I left off with K, so we're ready for L. Example L is 16 to the 1/2. M is 27 to the 1/3. And N is -8 to the 1/3. Okay, so pause the video, try those 3, and then come back and you'll get the answers. All right, this turns into the square root of 16, which is 4. This turns into the cube root of 27, which is 3. And this one turns into the cube root of -8, which is -2. The explanation for why those come out that way, we actually already did those in A, B, C, and D, by the way. All right, that's your rational exponents lesson. Remember your tab number changed. You will have an assignment on this, so just check Google Classroom for that and email me or ask me if you have any questions.